My name is Yesenia Brenna. I am an architecture student at UTA. I'm an only child. I live with my mom. Currently, I just got hired by an architect, so I'm gonna be working in the field now. About my eye problem, my medical problem. It started off with just me not knowing exactly what was going on. I thought it was a hemorrhage that I had, maybe from exerting too much force or something. But it ended up being a carotid cavernous sinus fistula. So sort of what that is, I guess, is that there was trauma in my arteries, and that was causing the blood to flow in a different direction from the one that it was supposed to go into. And so it was going into, other spaces, into my eye, and that's what was causing my eye to be red. And I guess that's what happened when I had that sort of hemorrhage going on. And I thought it was just that at first, and I went to the doctor. He said that I probably had allergies, and that's what caused me to have too much, to exert all that force with the coughing and sneezing. So he gave me medicine for that. It wasn't working. He gave me eye drops. That didn't work either. He then referred me to an ophthalmologist. That ophthalmologist told me that I had an eye ulcer. And so it ended up not being that either. And I even went to my ENT doctor so he could check that out. And he referred me into a different ophthalmologist. And then that ophthalmologist was the one who was able to, give me sort of direction to go to get CT scans, MRIs, MRAs. So that's how, from then on, I talked to the neurologist or the neurosurgeon. And then they were able to tell me what I had, finally, and that I was going to need surgery for it. When they told me I needed surgery, first thing is, how much is this going to cost? Am I going to be okay completely after it? And, when they told me that they were going to put coils into my arteries. And then he told me that each coil was like $1,500 to $2,000. And so then I'm thinking, well, it's going to be like 5 coils, but still, it's still a lot of money if it's going to be that. And it ended up being 24 coils. So it was difficult. Okay, well, when I found out, this about the surgery and what it was going to cost, the nurse that would accompany Dr. Kim, she was the one who mentioned Project Access and told me that she was going to submit me for that so I can receive some financial help, because she knew that also my dad had passed away recently, so he was sort of the source of income for our household, because my mom wasn't working. I was a full-time student, so I didn't really have the time to work, so we really didn't have that support anymore, and she just really wanted to help. So eventually I was approved for Project Access, and I had a meeting with Diana, and she informed me about what needed to be done, the process behind what they were going to do with Project Access. So that made me feel comfortable too, just to know more about that. And then I notified the doctor, and they notified him too that I was able to take the surgery now. We set up a date for it. They had said that the surgery was going to take 3 to 4 hours, and it ended up being 7. So yeah, and then they informed me about how many coils, because when I woke up from the surgery, my mom comes up and she's like, guess how many coils they put in you? And I thought, 5 or 7, something. And then she's like, oh, your age, and 24? Wow, 24 coils. And so, after that, I just stayed in recovery, in observation at the hospital for 2 or 3 days. All the nurses were super nice. After that, it was just me having to deal with headaches or stuff like that, just taking Tylenol. So it wasn't too bad, but I guess most of the pain afterwards from my head, or bruises from the IVs. Well, with my condition, mostly, I guess it affected me emotionally, and so I was going to work, at the time. So I was working retail, and having to deal with all those customers and them looking at your eye, asking you if you have pink eye, and then you don't want to just explain everything, like what's going on, because it is bothersome to have to explain to everyone what's going on with you. It was mostly that, emotional. It did affect my work a little bit. I did stop working, so I could take time to myself to not stress out, and then also because I was gonna have the surgery. And also, personally, like I like to do a lot of like stage makeup or theatrical makeup. So, that affected me too, because I wasn't able to do that stuff either because of my eye condition. Since my condition improved, since I'm basically healed now, I have sort of 2 jobs now. Well, yeah, the job with an architect, and then also I did a minor in theater, so I wanted to be represented by an agent. So, that gave me, sort of the courage to go to him too, so, to represent me for an acting agency. And so, that, it helps your self-esteem. I'm not self-conscious anymore about my eye, so. Well, to everyone in Project Access, I really want to say thank you, because it was really so much help, like that financial help, even the emotional help from, the doctors, the nurses, from Diana. Thank you so much.